right, ladies and gentlemen, episode 3, you are playing with fire. It's your boy Icon with a little Netflix TV. So, this one we're focused on, we're back on Daniel-san. And the quest to take down Cobra Kai continues. And I don't know why this is so funny to me. So Daniel and his boys, and Cho or whatever, they're all at the country club, and then Terry Silver shows up and basically is like, listen, stay out of Cobra Kai business. Let me do my thing, and y'all just go do whatever. And then Daniel's just like, well, this is my city, it's my town, and I'm not leaving my own backyard. So he was just like, oh, if you play with fire, Daniel, prepare to get burned. And then Cho walks in, and he's like, and I am the gasoline. So he starts, oh god, this is so funny. So so Terry Silver walks away. So now they're trying to think like how they can take down Cobra Kai. What's the beef? What's the issue? Like, what's Terry Silver's next play? And they're saying that, Terry Silver has friends that he can call on. So they're just like, well, if he has friends that he can call on, let's try to get to those friends before he does, so we can stop them, we can stop him from getting to them. So there's this one person in particular from an old Karate Kid movie, and this person, well, all of them try to kill Daniel at some point, but this one particular person, they, like Daniel immediately thinks about him. So he goes down to, to where the guy is, to the warehouse, and he goes and talks to him. He hears him on the phone talking about how he's going to start chopping some Italians' legs off, and, some Japanese guy's going to get it, and how he's going to chop up all these kids, whatever. So then Daniel runs up on him. He's like, you're not going to touch my kids, you son of a bitch. And then the guy's looking at him. He's just like, oh shit, it's Daniel LaRusso. And then the two of them start talking. And it was actually a good conversation. And like Daniel said, he was the one member of Cobra Kai who actually did not want to kill him. He even told him that after the fight that they had, he got banned from karate, and then his life went into a downward spiral. And then he got a job at a furniture moving place, and then he met his future father-in-law, which actually put him into the family business. And now him and his wife together, they actually run a business in which they make furniture and sell furniture to people and kids, this, that, and the third. So him and Daniel had a nice conversation. Like, they both apologized to each other for the past. They made amends and everything was good. So then there was a moment where they were kind of like play fighting with each other. And then Joe had walked in, thought that he was attacking him, and then he fought him. And then the two of them got into it. Because the guy used to fight in the old Karate Kid movie, it was nice that they actually let him get like a little, like a little something in, so I thought that was pretty dope. But then, like Daniel, he stopped the fight and he was just like, hey, we're all on the same side and we're all like trying to take down Cobra Kai. So the guy ended up telling them, he said that the only thing that he can say that might help them is that back in the day, Silver and his lawyer drew up some contract that said that the furniture guy would actually own 50% of Cobra Kai. And I don't know if that means that guy actually owns everything now, or if that contract should never have been made to begin with because he was a minor at the time. But anyway, Daniel's just like, oh, I can use this contract against him. And then the guy was like, well, I don't know where the contract is, but I do know the information of the lawyer that drew it up. So he gives Daniel the number. Cho ends up buying like a furniture, like a couch from the guy. And then Daniel calls the number to try to get a hold of the lawyer. He gets the lawyer's voicemail. So then his dumbass leaves his full name and everything on the voicemail. And then he hangs up the phone and then he goes away. So later on that day, he's still trying to get a hold of him. He's still waiting. And then he goes to the country club just to chill out in the sauna and in the steam room. And then while he's in the steam room, he hears the voice message that he left being played in the steam room. Terry Silver comes into the steam room, and then he's just like, I warned you, Daniel, not to play with fire, and now someone's going to get burned. And I don't know why these two aren't fighting already. Like, Terry Silver and Daniel are going through so much shit. I'm just like, why are you two not, like, you should have punched each other in the face like an episode ago. I don't know why. It's like, and then it's like to be in situations where they're coming like face to face. I mean, I think they're obviously gonna save a fight between them for like the end, but it's just so much ridiculousness that's going on. I'm just like, bro, just punch him in the face already and get it over with. So he was just like, first LaRusso, he's like, I'm gonna take. He said first, I'm gonna go get revenge on my former friend, former Cobra Kai buddy, like the furniture guy. And then he's like, then I'm coming for you, LaRusso, and I'm gonna take you down. And then they show a scene where when the furniture guy shows up for work, his entire furniture factory got torched and it got burnt to the ground. And I'm like, that's some OD shit. So I hope this isn't the last time we see the furniture guy, because he needs to get revenge for that. Like, that was dirty. Like that was completely dirty. And then Lord knows if he's gonna burn down a guy's entire livelihood in his business, like Lord only knows what he has in store for Daniel. And Daniel's gonna feel the guilt from that, because him going to see that guy put his entire livelihood like in jeopardy. So that's definitely gonna be a thing. And giving him a used car is not gonna help. So that was it with that one. And now we're moving over to Sam and Miguel. Robbie wasn't in this episode, But Sam and Miguel, they're doing this whole thing where they were trying to talk to each other and, like, and apologize and make amends. They did the world. They made the one mistake that every teenager makes when it comes to relationships, which is listening to the people that know less about relationships than they do, which is their friends. And their friends convince them that the other person is probably angry or upset or feeling some kind of way. Sam ends up going to like some spa thing with her female friends, and they put her in like some weird pod thing to try to like get her mind going. Miguel ends up going to a jewelry shop to try to like buy her, to buy Sarah's affections, and he ended up buying her a necklace. And they never said where he got the money for that either, because the necklace was like $200. No, it was like $128 or something. It was something like that. It was basically anywhere between $130 and like $200. But again, they never said how he got the money for that shit, especially because he got jacked in Mexico. So I'd like to know how he got the money for that necklace, unless they stole it. So, but then, when Sam went into the pod, she was having like these visions or whatever of like all her enemies and everything. And then when she heard like her final enemy, she thought it was Tori, who also was not in this episode. She thought it was Tori. And then when she went to go confront Tori, like in her vision, she saw that the person that Sam fears the most, the person that Sam is most afraid of, the person that is tormenting Sam, and the person that Sam needs to defeat, it's not, I keep calling her Sarah, her name is Sam. It's not Tori, it's actually Sam herself. Sam is her own worst enemy, and I said that in the last review, like she's becoming obsessed with all this karate stuff. So then Miguel shows up, they go to talk to her. Miguel apologizes and hopes they can get back on track. She apologizes to him, but says that she needs space. She said when you dipped and went to Mexico, like you had to take space for yourself. You got to take time for yourself so you can get yourself in order and get your mind right. She said, I now need that time. I need the same thing. I'm asking you to give me the same thing. The only difference was Miguel took that time and was still in the relationship. He didn't have to break up with her to take that time. But the whole thing, she's like, oh, I can't, fix myself. It was bullshit. Sam's whole thing was bullshit. There was no reason for her to break up with him. But she said she just needed time alone. He granted that time. And then for some reason, the necklace that he paid all that money, which we don't know where he got it from, the money that he paid to buy that necklace, he takes the necklace and just drops it on the floor in Miyagi-Do. And I'm like, you do realize she's probably going to find it in like the next 10 minutes. So I don't understand what his logic was behind that either. But then he starts crying and then he walks away. And then in the last storyline, Miguel earlier that day, coming back from Mexico, he made his family breakfast, Johnny included. So when they come over to have breakfast, the mom takes a bite out of his breakfast, runs to the bathroom immediately. And as soon as that happened, I said, she pregnant. I said, she pregnant. Because as bad as Miguel's cooking is, ain't no pancake. Actually, I don't even know if it was pancakes, toast, or waffles, but whatever he cooked, it was not going to have that type of. I was like, that girl pregnant. And then lo and behold, they find out that she is pregnant. And then Johnny started freaking out. But then he tried to sit there and get on board with the child thing, with being a dad. And he's struggling because he has the whole thing of he feels like he screwed everything up, with his own son. So he's hoping not to make that same mistake again. So because Johnny has a son, and because the mom has Miguel, she has a son, because both of them have boys. When they finally do have this baby, it'd be really cool if it was a girl. But and it's also weird now because Robbie and Miguel, because again, they're hinting at the whole thing with Robbie and Miguel having beef and not being friends with each other and not having those differences settled. But now they're in a situation where they're both half brothers now, because not only are their parents going to get married, but now they both have the same sister. And I thought that was hilarious. And that was it. And thank you for tuning in. So a little side action with the teenage drama and the baby stuff, but the Daniel storyline with everything with Terry Silver is keeping us on track with the whole thing with Cobra Kai versus Miyagi-Do. I'm waiting for Miyagi-Do to come back in. I'm just waiting for the tournament to be announced, because we know there's a tournament coming or some sort of fight that's going to happen at the end. So check me out on Twitter and or Instagram. Let me know what you think about this particular episode 3 of Cobra Kai, burning it to the ground. Let me know your thoughts on Terry Silver, on what he did to his boy, burning down his business. How crazy is this dude? When does the original, guy from Cobra Kai come back? And then it's a whole mess right now, but I'm definitely here for it. So until next time, guys, check out my other reviews. Check out the Tacos and Geek podcast with myself, Sean, and Gotham Geek Girl Nadia. Check out my other reviews, because we got Stargirl on the channel. We got Harley Quinn, who's about to go into her season finale. And then we also got She-Hulk, unfortunately, for you Marvel fans. So until next time, guys, take care. Keep it locked. Don't burn it to the ground, because until next week, rock this bitch.